From 626 to Mazda 6, Mazda has a decades-long legacy for Australian family car buyers, and now there's a whole new car for a whole new generation. Introducing the fully electric Mazda 6e. The rear-wheel drive Mazda 6e will be powered by a 78 kilowatt-hour battery and a 190 kilowatt motor. Range is said to be more than 500 kilometres, and the car will be able to be recharged from 30 to 80% in about 15 minutes. The car we have here is in European configuration and features a 14.6-inch central screen, panoramic sunroof and 14-speaker Sony audio system. So what's it like in the metal? Well, crucially, it looks like a Mazda. You've got the Kodo design grille there, which, as we saw in the reveal, lights up. And I tell you what, it's actually quite a clever way to integrate what looks like an internal combustion grille on a, well, non-breathing electric vehicle. Now, size-wise, it is bigger than the now discontinued Mazda 6. It's about 6 centimetres longer, about 5 centimetres wider. But for some market relevance, this is, and quite crucially, Mazda's Tesla Model 3 fighter. And there's an important part of that I'll get to in a tick. But there is one thing that this has that the Model 3 doesn't, and it is something that we've seen previously on Mazda 6 generations, is a handy lift-back tailgate. Now, this means you've got the convenience of a hatch with the style of a sedan. And I tell you what, it could be something that sets this apart from other players in the market. Let's check out the interior. So in the back of the 6e, you've got the benefit for passengers of the flat floor. So being electric, there's no transmission hump or tunnel or anything like that. So there's plenty of legroom down here. Like we've seen in a number of more modern electric vehicles, the height of the floor isn't compromised either. So I can fit my toes under that driver's seat. I'm actually pretty cozy back here. Although I will say, the way I'm speaking to you, I'm sitting up a bit straight and my head is rubbing on the roof. That's the downside of a stylish sloping roofline. But if I was a passenger, I'd be sort of sitting back here and, okay, so my hair's rubbing on the top, but maybe I need a haircut more than having compromised room. I will say though, this is a European spec car, and it does have a lot of features that we will see on the Australian market car, which is to say from here, I can control the blind for the panoramic sunroof, and I can even move that passenger seat forwards and backwards to give my other passenger a little bit more legroom. Let's jump up front. Well, up front, the 6e looks and feels like a Mazda for the most part as well. You've got some really nice materials that we've seen in cars like the CX-90. You've got obviously familiar sized vents, a Mazda steering wheel, but what isn't Mazda is the technology. So the screen and information that we're seeing here is the carryover from the underpinnings of this car, which is the Chinese-made D-PAL L07. Now, we'll take a bit of getting used to. I've got to say, the Mazda software that we do see in current cars could do with an update anyway, so perhaps this is the fresh look we've been waiting for. Now, that hint I gave before about why this is Mazda's Tesla Model 3 fighter really comes down to one key detail. This car, which will arrive in Australia in mid-2026, will be priced below the Tesla Model 3 at under $55,000 before options and on-road costs. So that makes this a very compelling proposition for the mid-size, full electric sedan market, particularly for those looking for a well-known badge. Well, there we go. From 626 to Mazda 6, now to Mazda 6e. As Mazda's first ever ground-up electric vehicle, the 6e does look very promising, especially with that very sharp price point. Now, if there's anything that you want to know more about what you've seen today, the Mazda 6e or Mazda's existing lineup, hit us up at askdrive@drive.com.au or come to the drive.com.au website. Of course, if there is anything that you would like to know, you can ask us in the comments below, hit like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Stay up to date with everything that's coming, not about just this car, but for everything else in the Australian new car market. And I'll leave you with one fine point. If you've got a Mazda 6 or you've been part of that Mazda family, is a car like the 6e going to be the thing that steps you from a petrol or mild hybrid into a fully electric future? Let us know.